What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game Like Will, man, back with another video, man. Listen, I got a cool video for y'all today, man. A cool video. Listen, man. Um, listen, 4 things that boost your ability to pull hot women, right? I just made these before the video. These are things that I've observed from going out, talking to women, and even things like I'm talking like all my life. You feel me? Like so when I give y'all videos and stuff, this is just my life experiences, shit that I see other people talk about too. I'm not gonna cap, and then like science and just basic like biology on how women move, and then putting it all in one fucking bag and putting it over my back and then going to war with that shit. So, man, listen, if y'all new to the channel, to the GL Dub, squad, whatever, community, hit that like button, share the video, subscribe, hit that bell, all that, man. I'm about to say my ego, my guys. So let's get into this video. So number one, right? Number one things that out of the things that boost your ability to pull hot women or women in general, but number one is going to be looks max. Now listen, I know it's going to be some guys out here that's going to be like, man, this motherfucker on that looks max and shit, blase, blase, blah. Listen, man, I got my own beliefs about looks maxing, and I'm gonna break it down for y'all. And I'm gonna probably make more videos as time go on about why it's important to looks max. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons, but we just gonna stick to a couple because I'm not on here saying you gotta do it like females and build makeup and all this other shit. Like, yeah, it's cool, but let me get into what I'm saying. So basically, I want y'all to pay attention to where is the tie between behaviors and looks. There's a tie. There's a neurological, biological tie between how you dress and what you about to do and not do. So trust me, because I've been a fly guy in life, and I've been wearing bummy clothes and dressing down and not wearing too much and just being on some depressed shit. I've been on both sides, so I know that looks mean something in general. Even when it comes to like war, even when it comes to like, I mean, y'all know history and how people dress sharp and they tactical with their shit. Like a woman wants a guy that's in touch with like life. He's intact with like his he's sentient, like he's not stupid, like he's not gonna wear, ketchup on his shirt and shit. Like, but let's get into that real quick, right? So I want y'all to pay attention to where is the tie-in between behavior equals looks, but not only that, and looks can shift behaviors, but behaviors can also shift looks when it comes to attracting hot women. So you want to have a balance, right? I'm never going to be anti-behaviors because I feel like that's like 80-20, right? So looks could be 20. Some guys might say looks is like 10 or whatever, but looks is like 20, 30% of the war, right? The rest of it, 70 to 80% is your behaviors, right? Your nervous system, how cool, calm, and collected you are in situations, right? It could be also your voice tone, right? It could be called behavior maxing as well as looks maxing. It could be energy maxing. It could be these are all maxing is to do it to the limit, to max out on something. So the word maxing is developing a stigma, but at the end of the day, all you're doing is doing your best. And let's be honest, if you're not doing your best, what's the point of even approaching the chick in the first place? Because all she's gonna do is challenge you and measure you against another guy that seems better than you, if you're not doing your best at whatever you could do. And also, like, again, it's like, listen, man, one leads to the other and the other leads to the other. I say your energy is tied to how you feel. And I challenge y'all as a homework assignment, go out and feel, dress down one day, pick one day out the week all of y'all guys who get women and know how to approach women could do this. Wear sweatpants and wear a regular hoodie. And don't wear the new one you just got. Wear the one that's kind of like beat up and got lint on it and shit. And go into Stop and Shop. Go to anywhere and approach about 5 women and just watch the fact that I'm not saying you're not gonna pull none. See, don't get it fucked up because I was pulling bitches still even when I had on bullshit. But I'm saying like realize the difference when you dress like mid to high and when you dress down. And tell me that looks don't matter. Number 2, and that people don't treat you differently based on what you got on. Number 2, and that you don't feel differently, which is making you do more and actually behave on a more higher frequency. Number 2, emotional intelligence when it comes to pulling hot women, right? So learn how to read her. This is important because a woman could pretend to be down for you or for your program or for whatever reason that she's her own personal gain or reason for messing with you. But if you can read body language, facial expressions, and if you can read energy and emotions, right? Facial acuity is really important. We're gonna make more videos on that. But if you could read these things, fellas, use your emotional intelligence, your awareness of situations. Then wait, hold on. Then the answer is right there in front of you, right? You don't have to do all this. Let me get a dating coach. Let me figure out if she like me, don't like me. Let me tell y'all something, man. Like I ain't never had to really figure it out because a woman gonna make it obvious if she like you. And that's why I also say looks matter because when you know you're attractive, what's gonna happen is you're not going to feed into things that don't make sense. So like a woman can't play with you the same way. Now, if you don't know if you attractive or not, you're more likely to allow a woman to waste your time. And not only that, fuck you allowing her to waste your time. She's going to just naturally feel based off of just her looking at herself and looking at you, looking at how many guys wanted her in her life, knowing that she has a punani that gets wet that everybody will line up to get if she was willing to stand out there and do that. You're going to naturally become blinded by. It's going to become about her looks. If you don't look your best or try to look your best, it's going to become about her looks. Because why would you even approach me in the first place if you don't want some pussy? Why would you even approach me in the first place if you don't, so when you look good, it kills a lot of the noise. It kills a lot of the noise that women will make up in their head about who's who and who deserves what. In a lot of cases, there's them rare cases of women that just like you for you. Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm not saying that's not a thing, especially for y'all. I should have put this on the list, but y'all should be working on y'all charisma, personality, and we're gonna make more videos on all that stuff, so it don't matter. But emotional intelligence is all of those things anyway. But so last for number 2, lastly, I wrote feet don't lie. I always tell y'all when I approach a chick, that's what I'm always looking at. I'm literally looking at her body. I seen your face before I approach you. So once I say, excuse me, how you doing? And you caught my eye or you look good, whatever. I'm looking and reading her body language. Is she moving? Is she moving away from me? Is she moving towards me? What's going on? And that's going to tell me everything I need to know. Now she's going to say some words, and those words are going to allow me to decide if her body language is true or false. Because if she's saying things that go against her body language, like, oh, you're cute too, like, da 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 da, she still might be fronting, though. Body language never lies, though. I'm not going to hold you up. Body language never lies. So always just look at that shit. Get in the habit of looking at that every time you talk to anybody, not just women, just people. Look at their feet. Look at. They gonna expose exactly if they're interested in the conversation or not. Period. So you'll never have to be confused. Number three, adopt a lifestyle that is attractive, right? What do I mean by that? So, okay, let's go into it. So, the average guy has no hobbies, activities, events. I talk to y'all about that all the time. Hobbies, activities, events, very important. As a lifestyle coach, before dating coach, you got to have at least a couple hobbies, activities, events, just for your own sake. Even if you just download on your phone chess.com and play chess, right? Journaling, chess, yoga, stretching, open up your window and breathe some fresh air, just little things that you say, okay, damn, I don't even you'll notice that when you're doing these things, you don't even need a woman. You don't need people around you. So I said the average guy has no hobbies, activities, events, and he gets trapped in boredom, and that's um in my opinion, the most hideous thing you can do is sit still, especially when you need to be moving. So in life, a woman will naturally opt out on a guy if she could tell you have no rhythm, you have no motion, you have nothing going on. So that surpasses looks. So number one was looks max, but in reality, adopting a lifestyle is gonna change the way you look to women. But also changing the way you look to women, again, it's both. It's a feedback loop. So it's not one or the other. But so hopefully y'all get that. Comment down below if there's anything y'all need me to clarify on this video. Number four is be consistent, right? So all in all, no matter what you do, whether it's looks maxing, whether it's your emotional intelligence, you learning about that, whether it's some of y'all journaling, therapy, just things in your life, like I said, that you feel make you more of a god body, you need to put those over women as much and as often and as frequently as possible while still approaching women. Why do you need to keep approaching women? For the very sake of what I just said, consistency. I'm never going to stop approaching chicks. Now, there might be one day or 1 year or one couple months where I'm like, man, listen, I've got too many hoes. I'm not even doing it. But like, as long as I'm learning, there's like, there's always going to be another chick. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to always be, you can eat food in your fridge. It's time to go to the store. It's always going to be, you know what I'm saying? You didn't go outside all day. Well, guess what you need? You need some fresh air. So, you might go to the beach. You might go for a walk. These are little miniature micro ways that you can just like boost how frequently you're either A, around women, or B, approaching and talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Um, but last but not least, as a bonus tip, I wanted to say people say talking to women is a numbers game, and I agree. But one thing I think above a numbers game, what I've seen in my life is that yes, it's a numbers game, right? It's a numbers game. But what is it more than a numbers game, right? So what it is, because okay, I'm sure y'all heard before about numbers game and y'all still are not succeeding. But what I've found is that more than a numbers game, it's a dynamics game. So what do I mean by that? So it's more important that dynamics beats effort. So numbers mean I'm putting in a certain amount of effort. Dynamics mean I done something that boosted something or worked or something worked. You know what I'm saying? Like a car is a dynamic thing, a house dynamic, a city dynamic. It's like things that work together for the greater good versus me manually approaching 15 women a day, and then you might get one or two solid ones per week. You know what I'm saying? Or three if you're lucky. That could be exhausting to a degree. So dynamic would be fixing your Instagram up. Dynamic could be kind of almost like shortcuts, but they're not shortcuts because it's still you working on yourself. But like a dynamic that's important that I think for the reason why I even brought this up is location. Location, like so, like hotspots. The idea that there's places that more foot traffic are. Like I always talk to y'all about when I was in Job Corps. It was a very good experience for me. Or even when I was in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? It's more women in North Carolina. It's a big city. You know what I'm saying? So like the idea that you can travel, or the idea that if you're in your town and you feel locked in, imprisoned in your town, you're not hitting up the events. You're not going to the malls. You're not going to places where, like, because you could go to a mall and still not pull a chick all day. You could approach a bunch of chicks and, they could, like I said, 2, 3 of them could, like you get their Instagram and you don't end up talking to them either. So, like, what I'm saying is that women like guys that they trust. So if you just approaching chicks, some of them gonna fuck with you, some of them not. But if you are in places where if they get, like, say you work at Target, you're always at Target. The women that work at Target are naturally gonna be like, okay, like I see him every day. So they are familiarity maters. Like they mate based on, like, oh, I see this person every day. If you're remotely not hideous and they see you every day, then it's a chance that they're going to consider sleeping with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I mean when I say dynamics. Like getting a job that's more dynamic than just walking to a store and praying to God and pulling a lever and saying which number am I going to hit? You know what I'm saying? So I'm anti-luck. I never told y'all this, but I don't believe in luck. I think luck is for losers. I don't like the word luck, and I believe in um, methods, and I believe in, like I said, dynamics and things that actually work, like modalities and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you let luck live in the equation, knowing that women are choosy? Like, women are like the type of people that are not reliable in the first place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no real man is gonna let a woman. That's like letting a woman lead the situation. Like when I went to Job Corps, I was there to do my work. I was there to win in life. I was there for my own personal gain. And women, I've noticed as I was there that women are highly attracted to me all across this motherfucker. I discovered it along the way, right? So being in school, being in places like schools and like places where things are, where women are seeing you often, is different than you just walking past a chick and saying, "Oh, what's good?" Blah blah blah. And yeah, you can pull a chick like that for sure. But I believe, like, for me, I know that the other way has worked way more often. Like a woman being comfortable around you, really getting to know you, knowing you on a first name basis, without you even having to say anything, and let them make that decision whether they want to get crushed or not. And most of the time, they do. That's the funny part. So, like, most of the time when you meet a random chick, cold approaching, she's not hot, she's cold. Cold meaning, like, so you're just doing it off the cusp of, like, oh, I see her. She don't see me, I see her. She don't notice me, I notice her. Putting the ball in her court. And I'm not against, like I said, approaching women. I'm probably going to do it forever just because I like doing it. But there's more dynamic ways. So listen, like the video, comment, subscribe. This was a long video. I'm going to see you on the next video. Game Like, we'll see how I'm out, man.